Yeah, it is another episode of the Autumn Windbags. RJ Clifford, Juan Soto. Let's have some fun today. The Las Vegas Raiders with a brand new interim head coach, interim offensive coordinator, rookie starting quarterback, went into Miami to take on the best offense in football. 12-point underdogs on the road. And the game plan was to play conservative and to hope the defense and A.J. Cole can win you a close one. Do not get in a shootout. And it almost worked. It almost worked. Raiders fall to the Dolphins 20-13. And again, we were talking about all week, Soto. We're like, look, we're giant underdogs. Let's just not get blown out. Let's just keep the game close. Let's just put on a good, present ourselves well, right? Just present yourself well, right? Antonio Pierce, Bo Hardigy, and Aidan O'Connell, like they're all playing for their jobs for next season. They're coaching and playing for their jobs of next season. But I'm not going to lie to you. After the first quarter, Soto, I wanted it. I was no longer like, screw moral victories. I do not believe in moral victories. I wanted it bad.
Yeah, it's really disappointing how this game shaked out. It was definitely there for us for the taking. I'm pretty disappointed in our offensive game plan. A couple of things that stood out to me that were really not what I think we wanted to do. We paid for it.
JR the Bar, thank you so much for the super chat, getting us started with a $10 one. That's going to be a very delicious beer of low quality because that's how I feel like drinking after a loss. Antonio Pierce is the real deal. Holding Miami to 20 is insanely impressive. I like Favre, but you cannot deny the way this team is playing with the franchise quarterback. It's an easy W, and we're contenders overnight. I couldn't agree more. I think the jury's still more, we haven't written the book on Favre quite yet. He's had 4 starts. But I think he's proving that he is absolutely unquestionably our QB2 of the future. I think he has, at minimum, proved that he can be a guy that can take over a game and not lose it for you as a backup quarterback. But you're right. I think we're a franchise quarterback away from being impressive. The way this defense is playing, the way our special teams is playing, all the weapons we have on our offensive line's pass protection was phenomenal today against a Miami defense that has like 4 or 5 guys with like 4+ sacks. Only gave up 2 sacks to a rookie quarterback who's got cement feet, right? The pieces are there, and they're playing inspiring, right? Antonio Brown is getting this entire
Antonio
team.
Pierce. Stop saying Antonio Brown. I get freaking flashbacks.
No, Antonio AP is getting this entire team to play inspired.
I just very questionable. Coach Bo, after a couple of really nice games, I think started feeling himself a little bit too much. Mm-hmm. There's no excuse in this type of game for Josh Jacobs to have 14 carries and for Favre to throw the ball 41 times. You're asking for it. You are asking for trouble when you are having Favre throw the ball 41 times.
I'm not going to put – I'll put a lot of things on Bo, on Coach Bo, but I won't put that on him because they were doing everything they could to not be in a shootout. Like, even though Josh Jacobs wasn't getting going, they're still committed to the run. It was like mostly just like quick passes. Obviously,
committed to the run. He had 14 carries, RJ. That's not committed to the run.
You're considering he averaged 2.8 yards per carry, and they still, like, even in the second half, like, still trying to. I mean, they were forced into. They were playing from behind all game.
That's like 3 carries a quarter. That's not committed to the run.
I think the game plan was keep the game close as possible and try to have your defense win it, which sounds crazy against the Dolphins offense. I think they desperately wanted to avoid a shootout, but I think at some point it was inevitable, right? At some point it was like, look, we have to try to catch up.
You're talking about a shootout when you were within 1 score the entire game.
Yeah.
And the total was
not moving the ball.
It's not a shootout. That's not a shootout. That's not a shootout. I think we can agree that under 40 points is not a shootout. Number one. Number two, when you should get aggressive, when you get the ball twice within your 30-yard line, you should go for touchdowns at that point. The field goal's in your hip pocket. You should go for touchdowns. And then you go
100%.
And then you go for fourth down in midfield. It just
to close out the first half, they had the turnover, ran the ball 3 straight times and settled for a field goal. That's what I mean. That's what I mean by they were like playing conservative, and like they ran Josh Jacobs 3 straight times. When you're like,
okay, so other than that, he ran the ball 11 times the entire game.
That's what I mean.
That's not committed to the run.
They were committed to I think conservative game planning, I think, is more accurate.
Yeah, let's just call it what it is. It was not a very good game plan. When you have a weapon like Josh Jacobs and you run the ball 14 times, and then, I mean, what did we see in the previous games? Josh Jacobs wearing them down late because we are committed to the run. We wear the team down late, and we didn't have that. Farva has no business throwing the ball 41 fucking times. Hit it.
Where, John?
There's no business. He has no business throwing the ball 41 times.
At least you're using it correctly.
There's no room for that. There's no room for that. It was just a terrible. It was a terrible. I don't know if the game plan before the game was, but whatever adjustments Coach Bo had, 41 times, 41 passes.
The scripted plays at the beginning was awesome. Farva was like 10 of 11, had that touchdown.
10 of 12 in the first 12 passes. Yeah. But come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I think once he got off the scripted game plan.
Yeah, we need to play winning football here. And I don't know that anyone anywhere, even Farva's biggest supporters would say, yeah, him throwing the ball 41 times means good news for the Raiders.
Jacobs was out on some passing situations. I don't know why. He's a good blocker and a good receiver. I mean, maybe just a break. I mean, yeah, he should be on there.
A break from what? 14 carries?
Yeah. I don't know. You have a better reason?
Bad game plan.
Yeah. The defense. It was fun. It was a Yale versus Yale, right? Mike McDaniel versus Patrick Graham. Offensive, head coach, offensive coordinator versus defense. This Raiders defense, the Dolphins averaged 43.5 points per game at home. 43.5 points per game at home. This was their drives.
Let's take away the Broncos game because they scored 70 because the Broncos gave up. They were still scoring like 36 a game.
I'm just giving you the facts.
No, I get it. But let's put it in perspective.
They were insanely great at home offensively. To the tune of 43.5 points.
Even the 36, even without the Broncos game, they're still really good at home.
They're phenomenal at home offensively. This was their drives. This was every one of the Dolphins' drives. Fumble. Tyreek Hill touchdown. Huge red zone stop on 4th and 1. Touchdown. They started on their 10, then fumbled. And then to end the half. The one play at the end of the half. Second half, interception, missed field goal. They got a field goal off of that turnover. Long field goal, 3-and-out, punt. The Raiders held this team to 20 when they're averaging 43.5 at home.
Yeah.
Phenomenal display by this defense. And it was team defense, right? Maxx didn't have some insane game. Spillane didn't have some insane game. And there was a couple bad penalties, especially in the first half. But the game plan, again, and, Tua went off. Like he had, 28 to 39, 325 yards, 2 touchdowns. But this defense played inspired. I think that's what we feel the most is what Antonio Brown has brought to this.
Stop saying Antonio Brown, man.
Fuck.
Where, John?
Yeah, every time you say Antonio Brown, that's
swear jar. That should be $2. Every time. He's poisoned my brain. Antonio Brown has poisoned my brain. I can't even appreciate a great interim head coach.
Just for the simple fact that the defense has turned around and is playing so well. Mm-hmm. This is no longer a fluke. This is no longer a joke. This is no longer, we're playing the Giants and the Jets. Yeah. This is a legit defense going to Miami against the best offense in the league, the number one offense in the league at home when they're at their best. And we did this. I think this pretty, if he's able to win a big road game, he gets one of the Chiefs games or, he snags Minnesota or something like that. I think AP's got himself the job. Coach Bo, he just took a fat steamer all over his job.
I love him as quarterback coach. I think we keep him as quarterback coach, and
Yeah.
we need a really good. The jury's still out on AP, like you mentioned. And again, I'm not a moral victories guy at all, but you can feel the energy from this roster since AP took over. JR the Barb, thank you for the super chat. Also, Peter still sucks. Yeah.
God, he's
Yeah.
I tweeted it out like after the first play I saw him. AP's got to make a stand. If Peters doesn't want to tackle, just get him off the field. He's not doing as much in coverage.
Especially this type of offense where it's like, yeah, they can throw it deep, but it's mostly just like 5 to 15 yard passes and then giant yak, right? Like then it's just like they're just run. Like you need good tackling in from your DBs to stop this offense, and that he's like this. That's the last thing he does.
London Raider AJ, I'm assuming that's RJ, has nude photos of Antonio Brown in his wallet. I mean, don't we all?
I mean, it's not hard to find. Did you see that photo of him like showing his wiener to the chick in the pool and like?
Yeah, just Google Antonio Brown hotel
like
pool.
Abu Dhabi or something. He's in like Abu Dhabi or something. Flashing that.
I don't
thing
know
out.
what he was. If he was in Abu Dhabi, freaking the head of it was in like somewhere else. I don't know. I want to say I don't know what it's in
Dubai.
Dubai.
AJ Cole just keeps impressing. I think that's also why AP was able to kind of like, hey, let's stay conservative because the Dolphins had to earn all those drives, other than the turnovers, right? Other than those turnovers, they had to earn all of those drives, and that saved a bunch of field goals from being touchdowns. How good AJ's playing.
Yeah, he the one out of the end zone was ridiculous. He punted it like almost straight up in the air. Still got it to like the 38-yard line on the other side with no return. I'm like thinking to myself, dude, this guy's a weapon. He is a legit weapon. And the AJ Cole, along with the way the defense has been playing, dude, did you see Maxx Crosby knock out Ahmed?
Yeah, he went for the ball, but instead
he legit knocked him out. Like he knocked him out. It wasn't. At first, I thought that he grabbed onto him and drove him into the ground. No, it was the punch. He went to punch the ball out, and he hit him square in the jaw.
It's all that sparring with Sean Strickland.
He forgot where he was for a second.
Knowing Max, I seriously wonder if that was on purpose, right? Because he's so good at punching the ball out. It's kind of like, you know what? I'm going to go for the chin. I'm going for the knockout, not the punch out.
Dude, that was
just uppercut. Remember when Dan Henderson knocked out Fedor? Remember, like Fedor was on all fours and Hendo came under his armpit and knocked. Like you physically can't generate power from there as a human being. Like you need to be able to be on your feet, rotate, get your hips into it, and Hendo just like boop and knocked out the greatest heavyweight ever, going up 2 weight classes. That's what Maxx Crosby did. Just boop.
Dude, he freaking knocked him out.
How about Nate Hobbs? He got flattened on one play. Like he was like trying to make a tackle, and he technically he did get, I think it was Ahmed. I forgot which running back it was, but technically got the tackle, but he got flattened. And the next play, he knocks the ball out.
Yeah.
I mean that's what you got to do, right? Like you can't put on your track shoes and try to run with the Dolphins. You got to punch him. Literally what Maxx Crosby did. Like Maxx Crosby literally did what you had to do metaphorically and just beat him up, punch him in the face. We sent Tyreek Hill to the locker room. We sent 2 running backs to the locker room. I mean,
HA knocked him out of the game.
We had forced 3 fumbles. I mean, we were Mike Tyson. This defense was Mike Tyson out there just swinging, and that's what you have to do.
I think it's just,
defensively it worked.
Yeah, it's a mindset. You know, I tweeted it out. We're throwing the ball to the tight end. We're running the ball early in the game, at least. We're taking deep shots. And we're beating them up on defense. That's Raider football right there. Yeah. Defense has got to be intimidating. We got to go out there and just, make them feel it, man. Make the opponent feel it.
A-Chain, Hill, and Ahmed, 2 running backs and their best offensive weapon, we all sent to the tent with clean hits, with clean legal hits. Well, Max's wasn't a penalty because he was going for the football, but no penalties, no fines from any of those hits, and sent 3 guys to the tent. Rory Jacks, thank you for the super chat. Cha-ching. Love the shows every week. We love you watching. AP earned the job, in my opinion. He and just needs to find a dynamic quarterback next draft. After that, we start getting competitive. I think absolutely
competitive now, but I think
we're competitive now. I think we absolutely number one goal this offseason after head coach is quarterback, right? Franchise quarterback is number one goal. I am still, the jury is still out for me on AP, although he continues to impress. He didn't lose the job this week. He didn't
really.
I don't think he lost the job this week.
No, you're the jury's still out.
Yeah, it's been 3 games. Well, look, this is the thing. We have to stop. Remember what we always talked about with Derek Carr when he was the quarterback? I was like, I'm down to move on as long as we get someone better. Like, I don't want to just be like, get rid of him and then roll the dice. It's like, yeah, let's. I want to improve every single position, every coaching position, every front office position, every trainer, ball boy, janitor. I want the best of the best at every position, right? No job is safe. And I feel the same thing with AP. Like, I think he's impressing, but I'm not going to be like, nope, we're not even going to interview anybody. He's our guy no matter what. I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do think, like, let's say hypothetically, right? Let's say we do keep him. He absolutely needs like an analytics guy to help him with like clock management, some things like that. Like, he needs a brilliant offensive coordinator, and he needs like an analytics dude to kind of keep like, because we know what his strength is: getting guys jacked, getting guys ready, inspiring, leader of man. His presence has drastically helped the defense. You got Patrick Graham being the Yale brainiac for the defense. Have him be the rah-rah guy in the defense. He's the rah-rah guy for the offense. We obviously need just an absolute tits OC and like some kind of like nerd, some kind of human calculator to help him with like the analytic stuff. And hopefully he's open-minded to that element.
I'm sure he is. I don't think he has any issues with that. I think we were, the moment was a little bit too big for Coach Bo today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was able to stay grounded. He was able to stay level. I think he was thinking that he needed to put up a lot more points. So that was maybe some of his decisions after the script. He was coaching like ball control and field position wasn't going to win. And it would have.
I think that was the plan early, right? Especially like the 3 rushes by Jacobs when you're got that turnover, playing for the field goal. I think the first 2.5 to 3 quarters, that was the game plan, is super conservative, had the defense win it. And I guess we know why, right? Once they like let Favre loose, after that first touch on davante, that was beautiful, right? Great route, perfect ball. I mean, that's the flashes we've seen from Favre. But yeah, I think like late third quarter on, it was like, all right, let's open up, and it led to squat.
Yeah, it just wasn't very good. We
didn't have a first down in the second and third quarter, not one.
Yeah, it's tough to give him any outs today, Coach Bo. It's just because you take a look at the end result, and it's the exact opposite of what you wanted to have happen.
Yeah.
You wanted to have a very similar number of Josh Jacobs runs and Favre passes, and it just didn't work out that way. I can't excuse that when and one of the big reasons why you won against the Giants and the Jets was because of the reemergence of Josh Jacobs, and then you just go away from him. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. When he's running the ball 24, 25 times a game, we're 2-0. When he isn't, we're 3-6.
3-6.
JR the Bar, thank you for the super chat. Hate to say it, but if Derek Carr's here, we win this. I mean, 3 picks, low production. I think even slightly below average quarterback play, we win this.
41 passes, just I never wanted Carr to throw the ball 41 times in a game.
Yeah.
It's just too much. I don't care who's out there. You don't want them throwing the ball 41 times. It's just too much.
Favre was landfill today. That's the super chat of the day. Rory Jacks. I'm taking a screenshot of this right now.
I'm not. I don't.
Taking a screenshot. That's great.
Favre didn't play well. He didn't play well. I don't think he played well. But yeah. I don't think that we did him any favors. Similar to like in the in the Charger game.
Yeah.
You know, is all lost? No, not all is lost. Favre can still win you games, but you have to set him up properly, and putting him up there, exposing him that many times. There's a lot of good people in that secondary.
Yeah.
Holland, Howard, Ramsey. Those are 3 top-notch.
Dude, Ramsey ate his Wheaties today, bro. Like, we didn't throw his way for like 2 quarters, and the first time we do, pick. Obviously, he had the game-sealing pick. Like, I tweeted like, Jalen Ramsey this morning ate his Wheaties and pissed in my Cheerios. Like, he right. I underestimated him over the, I'm like, he's kind of old. He has been not playing that great. I don't know if you heard it or what, but
you got called out on one of the videos.
Huh?
He got called out in one of the videos, like, he's been hurt. He just came back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude, chill.
Yeah.
But, it just doesn't make that's another reason why I'm so frustrated with the way the game shook down as far as play calling wise. You don't do that. You don't want, like I said, you don't want Carr throwing the ball 41 times against this secondary.
Yeah.
And you definitely don't want Favre throwing the ball 41 times,
especially against the best offense in football, right? Lead the clock, run the ball. I obviously Favre didn't play well, but I definitely put more of the blame on Bo than Favre. I think
well, yeah, he called the plays that Favre had to execute. Just Favre didn't call 41 pass plays.
Yeah.
Or 43, he was sacked twice.
Again, I already said it, but I want to say it again. Credit to the O-line in their pass protection. I mean, only 2 sacks with a rookie quarterback thrown 41 times, playing behind the entire game.
Hopefully Colt Miller's back next week.
Yeah. No, yeah, your best lineman's not there. Playing against Chubb. And like I said, there's like 5 players have more than 4 sacks on that. So it's not even like, just double Max or double Bosa or whatever. It's like, no, like you all have to play as a unit down your best guy, and they played phenomenal. Did you see this? AP like talking to himself. His headset's not on. Who's he talking to? Who is he talking to? He's just like muttering to himself on the sideline. His headset's up like this. He's just.
I've been there, man.
He's a mutterer.
I was doing that myself.
Yeah.
I started cleaning. I started freaking like sweeping and like walking around. The second half, I wasn't sitting down.
3 takeaways from our defense. 3 takeaways, 2 fumbles. Again, we knocked. We had the big red zone stop on 4th and short. Knocked out 3 starters, 2 running backs, at least for a time, and just played so physical, knocking the ball out 3 times, or knocking him out 2 fumbles, right, and a pick. So we were
2 fumbles and a pick.
Yeah, and we threw 3 picks. So we were even on turnovers. Like originally, like the only reason we stayed in it was those turnovers in that first half, right? Defense clearly keeping us in it. I was like, all right, well, we can't possibly maintain that, and we didn't, and became even on the turnover margin, and we ended up losing.
Yeah, I just it's a shame that we have to think of it. It's just we don't just have a rookie at quarterback. We have a rookie head coach and a rookie OC, and they made some rookie mistakes today. Some time management mistakes in the first half, and maybe the second quarter on some play calling mistakes. You just can't have that if you want to win, especially on the road. And let's hope they do learn, because I was doing the math, and we've lost a lot of tiebreakers to a lot of teams that are going to be kind of in that mix, playoff wise. 6
points off 3 turnovers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And 2 of those turnovers were within our 30.
Yeah. So
it's like, what are you going to do? Like you already have the field goal. You should take the shot, but whatever. I did the math, and I'm thinking to myself, if we have to get to 10 wins. If we're 9 wins tied with a couple other teams, we're going to lose tiebreakers because we're not that good against the AFC. We lost a tiebreaker to the Steelers. We lost a tiebreaker to the Bills. We lost a tiebreaker because we lost to them.
Bills will win the division probably. So
no, the freaking Dolphins will.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Dolphins will win that. So it'll be Bills, the Cincinnati lost Joe Burrow, so
they're out of it.
Let's assume they're out of it. I think it's safe to say they're out of it, right?
I don't see two of these three teams making the playoffs. Houston,
we got the tiebreaker over the Jets,
Cleveland, and Pittsburgh.
And Cleveland lost their starting quarterback, but their defense is so good it may not matter.
They won today against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. How about Mike McDaniel versus Patrick Graham? Let's talk about that a little bit. I think like the story of this defense has been pre-AP that the players are in the right position and the schemes are being called correctly. They're just not executing, dropping interceptions, getting blown off the ball. Obviously, other than Maxx, Nate Hobbs returning is huge. I think that's also a part. It's not all just kind of like feel good feelings that made this defense get better. They got their second best player back in Nate Hobbs. It's probably Spillane now. Spillane's probably the second best player on this, at least the way they're playing right now.
Yeah.
But now with it's like they're like the Wonder Twins, right? Patrick Graham's brain with AP's heart, and you get this defense. There's only one like really paid player on this defense, right? It's just Maxx. And obviously Chandler's gone. But other than that, it's all dudes where like either good guys on rookie contracts like Hobbs or just a bunch of whatever's just picked up that are playing some great ball.
Yeah, I mean, they're my boy, Isaiah Polamalu. You just put him in. He's not that impressive, this and that, but he goes in the game and he makes plays. He's I'm really impressed by him because he was forcing the duty with I almost said Mike Epps.
I'm contagious.
Yeah. Epps
poison names in my brain.
Marcus Epps with a neck injury, and I don't think they dropped off any defensively with Polamalu in the game, but
did you wait till 28 minutes into the chat to say his name because you didn't want me to bring up UCLA USC yesterday?
No. USC deserves everything they get. They didn't want to win that. They don't care. They don't want to win that game.
No, UCLA's just better. I'm not gonna let you. Play it off.
They don't want. They didn't try to win that game, dude. They didn't want. They didn't care.
They didn't care. They didn't get up.
Lincoln Riley has his other. These guys are like that. Coach is just like the players. He's in it for what the next job is.
Well, he lost. I mean, did he lose his job on Saturday?
I don't think he's going to get fired. I think he's going to go somewhere else. I think both coaches are going to be gone next year. UCLA.
I think Chip saved his job with this win.
Nah.
I think if he lost, it would have been tough.
I don't think. I mean, if UCLA is smart, they'll move on. That's just like keeping Carr all these years because he showed you a little something.
But this is the problem. UCLA. This is the first time UCLA's ever been like, all right, let's go out and spend big money on someone that could get us there, right?
And he hasn't.
But that's what I'm saying is they'll probably just go back to their old ways. Just be like, yeah, no, let's just get like some guy that graduated here 20 years ago and is like fiddling around as like a quarterback's coach in the NFL.
Yeah, that's why I said if they're smart to get rid of both of those guys.
I will say this about our offense. It is completely different with a little bit of a deep ball threat out of Farva. Davante Adams, I think a big reason why he's been struggling is the same thing we've been talking about, but specifically for him, when you keep bracketing him as a defender and you don't have a deep threat, the safety brackets are so easy at that point, right? It's so easy to bracket a guy when there's no deep threat. That's why Davante hasn't been able to get off the double teams. And now he has. He had his first touchdown since week 3. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Davante Adams.
He was open a couple other times too, and just couldn't connect. But that deep ball was nice, man. It was. Yeah. We need to see more of that, and maybe a little better play calling. We give Favre a little bit more time before he starts to feel the pressure with a better run game, and he's able to complete those passes. Because I mean, this is in college, but he was, that's why I said he's not ready to be Purdue Favre yet. Purdue Favre was like just throwing it around, throwing it deep. I think he can get there, but we're not going to get there. Having only 14 runs or I guess 15. We got a reverse that went -6 yards, but we got to do a better job of setting up the game for the deep pass, because if you just drop them back like that, I'm very, very unimpressed by Coach Bo today. That was a very bad game plan.
That should be the bulk of Farva's passes should be play action. It should be a run game that's rolling, play action. And every now and then, right? You still
Even
got
the run game isn't rolling. You just still gotta do it. You still gotta commit to it. And they weren't committed to it. 14 runs for Jacobs is not committing to the run.
How pretty was Hunter's jump here?
Oh, that was so sweet. What are you doing? What happened?
How do I do this?
There you go. Play that back. I don't think we saw it.
Oh.
You know what that reminds me of?
That is sexual. Look at that. It's side. It's not even just like a straight hurdle. It's like, it'd be like if you're running hurdles and a hurdle came and just like attacked you blindside at a 90-degree angle. And you just like, I just side hurdle it. Oh, that is sexual. Nice. That is sexual. I want to put pigtails on that play and skull fuck it. I really do. Like I am hot and bothered watching that.
That reminds me of like, you remember that in track, they have like the steeplechase. It's kind of like a one big hurdle with the water.
Yeah.
And people normally just jump up on the hurdle and jump off of it. But like if someone's like far behind, they like try to normally hurdle it. And that's how they have to do it. That's reminding me
of. Davante Adams had his best game since probably week 2 or 3. 7 receptions, 82 yards, touchdown. Obviously, that 46-yarder, that was 13 targets. You say what you want about Bo, but we can no longer complain that it's like, hey, just feed your best player, right? Certainly doing that. Hunter Renfrow with his best game of the season. 5 receptions, 42 yards. Caught every single ball that was thrown to him. Of course, had that beautiful 31-yarder with that hurdle. It's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, there's things here and there we could take away offensively from this game. Defensively, pretty much the whole thing. We had a few more penalties than we wanted to, but you're going against a team that has this much firepower. You're gonna get some penalties. That's just you never want them, but
it was only 5 penalties of 41 yards, but they were just the terrible timing. Right?
Dude,
Bennett's holding
that Bennett PI. The next play, they scored a touchdown.
Tyree Wilson's face mask, like, he finally gets his name, finally gets a highlight, mention his name, and it's just him just reaching, like just stretching out and grabbing a face, like not even kind of like hiding it in a pile. It's just like, hey, refs, I'm gonna try to take this guy down by his spinal column. You're okay with that, right? You're not gonna complain. Yeah, only 5 of 41. The Dolphins actually had more yards. They had 5 penalties for 44 yards, but ours were just like the worst timing, and mostly by rookies. A lot of rookie mistakes.
Yeah, look, it comes down to those little things, and when you have such a small sliver of margin for error, your coaching has to tip the scales. Your coaching has to tip the scales and kind of like nudge the percentages in your favor to win, and we just didn't do that today.
Yeah.
Defensively, I have no problem with anything that Patrick Graham did. Nothing defensively. I have no problem with what AP did.
Yeah.
I think
there was one. Patrick Graham did get schooled on that second touchdown when they blitzed on the red zone, and it was just an easy, just like little skinny post over the middle. Like that was Mike McDaniel beating Patrick Graham. But other than that,
yeah, I think Divine Diablo got caught a little bit peeking into the backfield. That was his guy that caught the ball. So that was kind of I don't know if you would call it a blown coverage, but it was just Divine Diablo got caught a little flat-footed. If you could pull it up and find it, I'll show you what I mean. But it just offensively, we're not great offensively just because we have to play a certain way in order to be effective, and it's not the run and gun type of way. That's not how we're going to be effective. Can we get there? I mean, yeah, I think we can. I mean, I think it's possible. I don't think it's like out of the realm of possibility that Farva grows. You normally see, not everyone's CJ Stroud as a rookie, right? And just starts bombing, the second they get out there. Takes them, 3, 4, 5 starts. So we don't start turning it around. This is start number 4 for Farva. So,
He's still 2-2, right? Farva's
yeah,
2-2.
he's 2-2. Yeah, but you can see a definite pattern when he doesn't, when we lose, we don't run the ball and he turns the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
So, I don't care who you are. The more you throw the ball, the more chances you have to turn the ball over. So we need to know who we are. We need to commit to who we are, and that's a broken record here. But you got to run the ball more. You got to give yourself a better chance to succeed with the passing game. And I don't know that throwing the ball that much is going to give you that type of shot, at least right now. Maybe going forward, Farva puts it together and he's able to make better reads and get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. His pocket presence,
if the defense plays like this, we're in every game. Every game.
Yeah.
Unquestioned. 3 turnovers or 3 takeaways, knocking out all their best skill players, goal line stands. Like, if the defense is like this every game, we are in. If we can hold the Dolphins to 20, we can hold everyone else to 10.
Yeah, I mean, we just said right now as a question, do you think we can beat the Chiefs? Yeah, I think we can beat the Chiefs. With this defense, I think we can beat the Chiefs.
Yep, 100%. And the Chiefs defense is playing lights out, right? So it'd be
Chiefs defense is really good, so we're going to have to run the ball a lot. We're going to have to run the ball well.
Jets a little bit, right? Just kind of like a dirty, like
yeah.
But we can still punch these dudes in the face, right? We can punch any team in the face. We're not going to run. We can't run with everybody. The DB's tackling is still but if we're getting turnovers like this, Spillane's playing lights out. And again, I don't like a broken record. Maxx Crosby didn't even have like a crazy, like he had like a below average game by his standards.
Yeah, he didn't really play very well.
He had 6 tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss, 2 QB hits. Like, that's a good game for an average, but that's a below average game for Maxx. And yet the rest of the defense was just in position, usually making the tackles, right? That gin and juice you were talking about, just playing with gin and juice.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I'm very encouraged by how the defense stepped up today, and the way they played today. It wasn't like, I mean, they still made a lot of mistakes. They missed some tackles here and there, but for the most part, even with backups, even when Diablo went down, Masterson came in. What's his face? Freaking, Wish app, Khalil Mack, number 52, whoever his name is, Reed or whatever his name is. Yeah. He came in here and he made a play. So look, I just need a little bit better strategy and implementation of a game plan offensively. I put this firmly at the feet of Coach Bo. Of course, the players have to go out and execute, but I mean, you got to put them in a position to succeed, and we just didn't do that today.
So Maxx Crosby has the 4th biggest cap hit on the team, which is a steal. After Maxx Crosby, the next highest paid defensive player, Bilal Nichols, and he has a $6.6 million cap hit. He didn't even play today, did he? Wasn't he?
Yeah, he played well today.
Nichols, and then Epps with 4, and then you're into rookies, right? With Tyree. That's how good this defense is playing when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your 8th highest paid defender, or your 8th highest paid player, your 2nd highest paid defender is a $6 million cap hit. That is impressive. Imagine
they fly, man. They fly around the ball. They fly around the ball. The tackling's gotten much better. They miss a couple tackles here, but the tackling's gotten much better. They're much better at attacking the actual ball carrier and the ball itself. Swarming. There's always 2-3 guys around the ball carrier. We don't have this whole one guy who makes a guy miss and then it's a 30-yard gain because no one else is around him. We're all swarming, so that's good, but we need to make sure that we have a more complement on the offensive side as well.
Game plan wise defensively, what would you have changed?
Not much, man.
Yeah,
not much. I think we were pretty sound all the way through. I think if maybe after the show or whatever, if you catch that clip, it's Diablo's screw up. It wasn't a schematic thing. It was just Diablo screwed up that.
I mean, okay, but you did. I mean, that's the perfect play call to to play against that defense. If you're blitzing the two middle linebackers, you throw it over the middle, and he had a skinny post right there. I mean, it was the perfect play call.
It was a perfect play call, but it took a blown coverage for it to work.
Mm-hmm. Would you call it a blown coverage?
Yeah. That was his spot. That was where he needed to be, and he just got sucked in. It was bad. He got juked out of it, and it was just not a good play. Whatever, it happens, but we still got a handle on him, and he just we hit him too late. He was already in for the score.
Let's talk about the rookies real quick. Michael Mayer, he got saved from that fumble in the first quarter, right? It wasn't luckily he didn't. It's always funny when you screw up and it saves you, because he was fumbling the ball when he caught it, and so when it got knocked out, it wasn't considered a fumble. It got a little saved there a little bit. Michael Mayer still 5 targets, 4 receptions, 46 yards. He had a good 17-yarder. That was pretty good. Bennett, he had that bad. Did he play a lot after that bad holding call that cost
I
us a
didn't hear him. I didn't hear his name a lot
after that. When I watch it, I don't follow that as well as I should, like who's seen the field and who isn't. He doesn't have a single stat. So I don't think he played after that. He doesn't have a single stat. I'm looking, at least according to ESPN.
He just grabbed him. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're 20 yards down the field and you just grab somebody.
Trey Tucker had a pretty good reception. That 19-yarder was pretty. He didn't get his feet in on that one pass. And then he had that.
That's inexcusable, too. He totally could have gotten his feet in.
Could have got his feet in. He had that end around that was lost 6 yards. I don't know. That's mostly on. I mean, no, it's fully on him. See, Tyree Wilson invisible, except unless he's committing a penalty. How did he do? 2 tackles, still not producing. He's the only guy He's the only guy in this defense that didn't get better with AP coming around.
I just
your boy Isaiah. He's what year is he?
Third year.
Is he a rookie? He's third year, right?
No, he's a third year.
Third year guy.
Yeah, so I just Coach AP today, he kind of was. He wasn't all the way in, He was like, if you're gonna trust your defense, trust your defense. Kick the freaking field goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in field goal position, 3 times in the second half, and we didn't get any points out of it. It's like if you trust your defense and how they're playing, get the points. I don't know, man. It's just rough.
I don't know, dude. Like I feel like in the moment you had at some point go for it, because you've just been kicking all these field goals when the defense keeps giving you great field position. I'm not going to kill him for that one. For finally being like, look, like, is the defense going to give us another turnover in their side of the field, like a 4th time? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to kill him for that one.
I don't know, man. I understand, but again, we're not. The threat of the deep ball, you have to play it off of one another. If you're throwing the ball 41 times, you should be able to run the ball late.
Yeah,
because the threat of the deep ball is there. If you're just throwing the ball a lot and you're not connecting deep, it's not a high percentage throw. It's even lower than normal when you're not setting it up, and it was a bad look today. We got out coached today, I think, especially offensively. I don't think Vic Fangio got us today.
It's crazy. We won 2 of the 3 phases of football. We won the special teams battle. We made all our field goals. They missed 1, right? They missed a 50-yarder, right? They missed 1. We made all our field goals. We outpunted them, right? We won special teams. We won the special teams battle. Our defense outplayed their defense, and we still lost. Like, normally when you win 2 out of 3 phases of football, you win the game, right? Unless there's like it's like turnovers is normally the number one thing, right? That's like the number one. You go to analytics people and you say, what's the number one thing other than the score, obviously, that determines whether you win or lose a game? The biggest one is turnovers, right? And we were top 3-3. The second one is, can you win 2 of the 3 phases of football? You should win the game. And the offensive game plan was so bad that we won special teams and defense, and still can get the dub. Johnny Gons, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. What's the max win total for AP to keep the job and also draft Bo Penix?
You mean Michael Penix?
Michael Penix
Jr., the third?
That's a great question. That's a really great question. I don't think
if we get
we're
7 wins. I think if we get 7 wins, AP still keeps his job because of how the team has played. No blowouts. I mean, and we'll still be in a position to grab a quarterback. But I'll worry about that later, man. I'll worry about that later.
I don't think there's any position. I think if we lose out, we don't get him. We'd have to trade up for him.
I mean, they were trying to trade up for CJ Stroud this draft. And it's like, if that's your guy, just go freaking get him. Whatever it takes, get him. We're crapping all of our first-round picks away anyway. Might as well get the guy you want.
I think, and we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but I don't know. I think this is such a good – it also depends on who's GM, who's the coach, who's the offensive coordinator. Like, these are all questions that, will go into who they want to draft at quarterback, and if we move up for one, or, I mean, there's going to be a good quarterback available by the time we draft. There's just so many good.
There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks out there.
So many good quarterbacks coming out of this. But we're going to be competing with a lot of teams. They're going to be like, here's 4 first rounders. Give me Caleb, right? Here's 3 first rounders. Give me Penix. Right. So like those two, like that's the going rate. If you want one of those 2 guys, 3 to 4 first rounders, maybe even something else.
Yeah. Maybe a player or something like that. I don't know.
To get Caleb, to get number 1 overall.
Dude, I'm not even picky right now. I'm not even picky because honestly, any one of the top 6, maybe even 7 quarterbacks that are coming out right now are going to be better than what we have. Not that I don't like Favre, I don't think he can improve. But just their toolbox, their skill set. We need somebody a little bit more dynamic.
After four starts of Favre, the jury is not out, but we move forward as if it's like we found our backup quarterback of the future. That's how I'm looking at him now.
I mean, we know who he is. Otherwise. I think we've known who he was from the beginning, and he hasn't proven us to be any more than that.
Yeah. And that's my point. But it's also with four starts, he can lose it too. He can regress and be like, all right, dude. Yeah, you're,
more tape on you, whatever.
Yeah. Like that's also a possibility, right? At least like the really good thing though, is even after like bad penalties or bad games or sacks, he does have like some veteran stability. Like he'll make mistakes, but you never see him frazzled, which is great. Like the games, the speed of the game's too fast for him. It's still, he's a really smart guy. So I think he's picking up like the X's and O's of it. It's just the reaction time of, running through all your reads, going through your adjustments and like Chubb's in your face. Right. But I think that's really, really promising. But on the flip side of it, it's also like, you can't blame that on why he's playing so terrible. It's like, oh man, he's rookie. His eyes are like saucers. It's like, no, he's being steady.
Yeah, he played poorly in spots today, and on top of that, we didn't do a good job of protecting him and putting him in good situations. So I think it's just a recipe for disaster.
Well, I think the O-line protected him well. It was the play calling exposed him.
I mean, just because he was only sacked twice doesn't mean he wasn't pressured a lot. I mean, he was facing quite a bit of pressure, especially towards the end of the game.
I think he faced below average pressure. I haven't seen the pressure rate, and I could be wrong. I don't have any stats to prove that. I haven't seen like the numbers on that, but like there's a lot of clean pockets for him. There was a lot of really good in passing situations. He was in a lot of third downs, third and mediums, third and longs. And there was like I don't know. I thought there was way more clean pockets than bad.
Here you go, RJ.
We did better than we would have with McPendejo. What's up, RJ? Pinchi Güero. Do I get a swear jar for saying it in Spanish?
Nah, you're good.
No? Okay. Oh, so we can swear in other languages?
No, you were reading it. Somebody said it. Somebody wrote it, and you read it. It's fine.
Because that's definitely unfair to me. Because you speak Spanish. I only know I know a lot of bad words in Spanish, but you definitely know more. Like that's
David King Raiders. No. Next question.
I do. I think we probably would have won the game with Carr today. It would have cost us a lot, though, right? Would have been. What was his cap hit? What was his cap hit in this season? Like 40, something like that.
It's a lot. 40 something.
It's 40 something. High 30s or 40 something. Would have cost. But I mean, Garoppolo was 33 mil, so it's not like would have been more than Garoppolo, but not by too much. That's not we picked up any free agents with that extra money anyway that made any difference. Who's under the radar impressive for you today? Offense, defense, special teams, anywhere. Who you talked about AJ Cole, obviously.
Michael Mayer, man. Michael Mayer, when we threw him the ball, good things happened.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know why we go away from him. It doesn't make sense to me. Hunter Renfrow.
Where, Jar?
I wonder if all right, Rakers, you owe us $1.
He owes $1.
I don't know. Did that count? He censored it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You did censor it, Rakers. It's your call.
Defensively, pull him out, man. When he came in, he was around the ball a lot. Got that pick, right?
7 tackles.
And he didn't play the whole game either.
Yeah.
He didn't play the whole game, so he was around the ball a lot. Spillane, another pass defensed, almost picked that ball off.
Yeah.
He's just a steady Eddie, man. He was in there. I mean, even Merrick was in there at the line of scrimmage on a lot of run support. So, but yeah, pull him out, man. Yeah, he really did impress me. This dude in college, man, he was a I just think the more he gets on the field, we're gonna keep seeing good things.
Our DB room, I think still some of the issues that have been hurting him have been the tackling, right? And we still didn't really give up any huge plays. Like Tyreek Hill obviously had his. How long was that one? That was a big play. That was a 38-yarder, right? But again, that was more run after the catch than just getting beat deep.
But that's who they are, dude. That's what they do.
Well, it's what we were talking about, like in the pre-show. Like the big tease was like statistically, the Raiders defense has this amazing stat over the Dolphins, and that part played out. They're leading the league in explosive plays. They had that 38-yarder to Hill. Robbie Chosen had a 30-yarder. Other than that, they had to matriculate the whole time.
Do right? I have to call him Robbie Chosen? Can I still call him Robbie Anderson?
You can call him whatever you want. I'll let you. We make up names here all the time.
Just don't call him late for dinner.
Right? Like I'm gonna hit you for pronouncing or getting a name wrong. Come on, what am I gonna do here? Yeah, but other than that, right? Like the big plays that they're famous for, we did better than anybody in doing that. Like they had, thanks to AJ Cole and our defense, they had to earn every blade of grass on that field, which they're not used to. They're not used to doing that, right? It's just every fourth handoff is going to break for 30, right? Every other pass to Hill is going to go for 30 or more.
So dumb plays. I think that.
Oh snap! Jesse Miramontes. This is one of my best friends from college. I wrestled with him in college. He's the Pac-12 MVP in wrestling. He was the 125er for Cal State Fullerton. He pinned every single guy in that tournament in the first round. Pac-12 nice. MVP, Jesse Miramontes. That's my boy. Big Raider fan too. Welcome, Jesse. I gotta start a Raiders podcast to get my boy Jesse to hit me back up again.
Jeez, Jesse, come on, man. We're big time in this.
I know.
So I have a dumb play meter, right? I think AP has a dumb. You make a dumb play and you're not playing the rest of the game. So Bennett made a dumb play and he's out, and then Jack Jones got in for one play, made a dumb play and he didn't play again.
Jack. Yeah, I mean, look, how many days of practice did Jack Jones have? 3, 4?
I mean, you can have certain packages for him. You just know. I mean, are we doing anything that exotic defensively? I don't think so. But I mean, yeah. Hopefully in the future, look, nothing would make me happier than to have Jack Jones take Marcus Peters' job, and then Marcus Peters just kind of like, oh well, sorry, I just can't tackle.
Yeah,
because he wasn't covering that well today either. So I mean, he was out there, but geez.
Daniel Carlson crushed it as always. Winning the field goal battle, 47-yarder, and what was his other one? It was in the 40s, right?
Which one?
47-yarder. There's two field goals.
There were two deep ones.
47-yarder and another like.
One was 34.
Oh, it was 34.
Yeah,
I know there's for sure a 47. And then
we had a short one. Yeah.
AJ Cole 6 punts for 315 yards, 52.5 average.
He's so good.
He had a 61-yarder as well. I know it's like kind of a cop out jerking off to a punter, but like I said it before, and then prove me wrong. AJ Cole is better at his position than number 2, more so than any other player at their position. Maybe the tight end that will remain nameless is so good at tight end, he's better than AJ Cole is at punter. But you have to really think hard to be like, all right, whoever the second best punter is in football, AJ Cole is so much better than him at that than whoever is.
He's so damn good.
1 and 2. And at everything. He's not even just like a power guy. It's like, oh, you want it inside the 20? Done. You need to go 65 yards? Done. You need to do it consistently every single time out? Done. You need hang time so we can cover? Done.
He doesn't make these dumb mistakes. He doesn't like punt the ball like out of the end zone. Like, oops, sorry, that one got away from me. Like, no, he knows what he's doing. So yeah, he's definitely a weapon for us. He's definitely a compliment to our defense for sure.
Huge UFC fan too, and he has a sweet mustache.
His chick is pretty hot, right?
Really? Hold please.
Yeah, let's take a look. I don't know if he's married, but I think he's got a chick.
Yeah, no, he's been married since 2015.
Okay. Yeah, she's a hottie, dude.
Even punters are landing.
Smoke shows, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that second one, the one in the green dress.
Yeah, that's punter hot.
Yeah.
That's punter hot. That is punter hot right there.
Yeah, man. Good for him.
He's earned it.
Well, yeah, like she had sweet freaking neutral pinstripe. You like that? Not pinstripe, but just neutral plaid, box plaid.
Yeah.
You got them golden locks. He's got it going on. Make a little bit of change.
Dude, how good is life as like one of the highest paid punters in football?
Look at that suit, bro. That suit is legit.
Good for you, AJ. Give you your props. I'm surprised Pat McAfee doesn't talk about him.
Strange for a little bit of change.
Right? Come on, Pat McAfee. How come you're not like how does he not have AJ on his podcast every week? Like he's always like hyping up punters. I get it, right? You're a punter, like giving punters love. Like, how are you not making this guy a star? I am calling you out, Pat McAfee. The Autumn Windbags is calling out. Huge fans of Pat McAfee here at the Autumn Windbags. I used to host a radio show at SiriusXM with AJ Hawk. Tune in all the time. Great co-host. You're
AJ Hawk's
hilarious. You're freaking hilarious, Pat McAfee. If Pat McAfee did like a one-man show, like I would pay for front row seats. It's just 90 minutes of Pat McAfee just being Pat McAfee. I would buy front row seats. He's that entertaining. He's that good. And especially in the business we're in, he has completely exploded the possibilities of what you can do as creators and YouTubers and everything that he does. Massive fans of Pat McAfee. But I'm calling you out, Pat. I'm calling you out. How have you not made AJ Cole a star? Why is he not on your show every single week? He's got a hot wife. He's got a mustache. He's a better punter he's better at his position than anyone is in their position in the NFL. Why are you not making him a star? Are you worried he's going to outshine you? Are you worried he's going to be the second most famous punter in all of football and all of sports? I'm calling you out, Pat. Make it happen. AJ Cole needs to be a star, and you can do it with just a click on the
needs to happen, man. It needs to it's just so easy. It's just like you don't have to think about it. It is what it is.
And he's funny. He's got personality. Like, let's start. Hey, Autumn Windbags. This is our new mission in life.
All right, let's see it.
This is our new mission in life, right? we are going to bombard the Pat McAfee show until they make AJ Cole a star. I want you guys tweeting at him. I want you guys in his comment section. I want you guys in the chats. We need to make AJ Cole a star via Pat McAfee. If Pat McAfee really is the punter lover that he says, if he really is a man of the people, if he really is that guy, because he's a generous guy, right? We've seen how much he's paid all these charities, how much he pays all his guys, how much he gives Shine. I'm telling you, it is a no-brainer. And this isn't even charity for AJ Cole. He's hilarious. He gives great interviews. All the stuff that's happening with the Raiders organization, there's so much stuff going on that you want to know about. Just ask him what's happening with the team. What was Josh McDaniels really like? What was it really like under him?
I'm sure everyone knows what he was really like.
But guaranteed there's great stories out there, right?
Yeah.
Like, remember all those stories that kind of like slowly filtered out from the Broncos, like as the seasons disappeared, right? You found out like he got rid of a running back because his wife thought he was cute. He said he can turn a high school quarterback into a Pro Bowler, right? AJ Cole can give you all those stories, man. He can tell you what AP's really like. What did Mark Davis really get a haircut? What happened? Like, is Farva, like, I know he's like super Christian. Does he have like a dark side we don't know about? Like, I want those stories. The people want those stories. And he's hilarious. And he's the best punter in football. Make him a star, Pat. What's stopping you?
I don't know that he wants to have a punter that has that much riz, you know, like he's got too much shine on him. Too much
sexual energy for the Pat McAfee
too much,
show.
Man. The little mud flaps you can go on the back. It's just that's why McAfee's always wearing those tank tops. Yeah, you know, he's trying to be sexy.
Dude, I'm telling you, money makes you hot, man. Like his haircut's always on point. His tan, he's gotten like that tan. Go watch like the first Pat McAfee shows. It's paying off.
Those tans, he's got to lay off those beds, dude. Those beds are.
I think it looks good. I think it looks great on him. I bet you it's spray, not bed.
No, that's too red to be spray.
I think
spray would be a deeper brown.
I think that's like my face. It's from the drinking. That's why I have red face. Because the Raiders drive me to drink. What are you drinking today? Because it is a loss, and there's no moral victories on the autumn Windbags. That's loser talk. Don't let anyone tell you that there's moral victories. There's a lot of things that we can look back and say we did well. There's a lot of things we can look back and say, okay, I have more inspiration for the future from some of the things we did, especially on our defense and special teams. Like, that's okay, right? It's the inverse, right? What do we always say? Never ignore in a win what you would analyze in a loss. Yeah. The inverse is true. Never not acknowledge what you did in a loss that you would just hype up for a win, right? But no moral victories.
No moral victories.
So we're not drinking for pleasure today.
They're building blocks, yeah. You want me to grab it real quick?
Yeah, grab it. I want to know what it is. You don't have to completely disappear. But I haven't decided yet. I don't know if it's just crappy light beer in a can, because I do want to acknowledge what our defense did, but I don't want it to feel – I still need to feel bad. So I'm not going to go straight like early times whiskey or like night train wine. I'm not going to drink something that I would drink under a bridge with a bunch of hobos, but I don't want it to be a pleasurable experience. I'll take suggestions. What are we drinking today, Autumn Windbags? What are we drinking? We're definitely not drinking champagne. We're not drinking anything in a glass with a stem.
Back.
All right. I can't wait to see what it is.
What are we drinking today? I have these canned cocktails.
Margarita in a can.
No, these are delicious. This one is pineapple.
They're delicious.
Oh yeah, they're really good.
Dude, go through those ingredients. I guaranteed it's just like
all right, let's see.
High fructose corn syrup, red dye 30. Just trash. Just awful.
According to Surgeon General, women should not drink this if they are pregnant because of the risk of birth defects. Okay, that's not
London
it.
Raider. Not had a drink for 6 weeks, saved about $800. So I do a dry January.
Triple sec lime.
Okay. Red dye what? Or green dye something, I'm sure. McKellen. That's way too fancy. Cliff.
It's damn good.
I can't do margaritas in a can. It's always
no. So these are really good though.
I don't know, man.
The Paloma.
Paloma's delicious.
These are
That's
good.
the best-
I'm telling you,
that's the
hey,
best-
look, I'm
That's
not
the
showing
second best
these.
gift Mexico ever gave us was the Paloma.
I'm not showing these just because my cousin owns the company.
Mm-hmm.
They're delicious, and I have a refrigerator full of them.
Rakers 74714. Oh, duels. That way we won't be too drunk to forget the loss. That's actually a really good point. Instead of drinking to quelch our pain, we need to wallow in it.
Just set in it.
Yeah, I think that's what we should have done after like the Bills or Bears. I think today it's something we can drink away. I think the defense played well enough that we can drink enough to forget it.
Kind of like when landfill burps or like landfill 2 burps, and everyone's like, "Wait a second, don't open the window. Just set in it."
All right. Anything else? Defense. Thank you, Bo. I think maybe your time's starting to run out. Farva, congratulations. You are QB2 of the future until proven otherwise.
You guys are in Southern California. Look up South Norte.
South Norte. Okay.
Stater Brothers, Ralph's, Bevmo.
Are they paying us for this sponsorship, or are we just being nice?
I got a bunch of free freaking drinks. I don't know about you.
Oh.
Also,
they call that payola in the business.
Northgate. They're at Northgate.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for us. Again, Raiders fall to the Dolphins 20-13. Still technically in the playoff race, dropping to 5-6. AP is now 2-1. Barva 2-2. And we got the Chiefs. So I'm going to the Chiefs game next week.
Are you?
SiriusXM hooked me up. I got field passes.
Oh, I need to see some freaking like live. You got to go live.
We're going live. So you're going to get coverage next week, Raider Nation, Autumn Windbag Nation. You Windbags are going to get coverage you've never gotten before here on the Autumn Windbags. I'll be on the field at Allegiant Stadium for Chiefs Raiders.
Nice.
And with how this defense played, there's going to be a lot to look forward to. Me and Mrs. Windbags will be giving you a bunch of stuff, bunch of content you need. Now, I don't know if maybe we wait till later to do a post show, or if you want to go solo. We'll have to figure that out.
Maybe we'll just phone, dude. Just
I'll go from the phone somewhere. Yeah, I'll just huddle somewhere in a casino with good Wi-Fi.
Nah, just do it from your phone from the stadium. Who gives a crap?
I don't know where I could go in the stadium to stick around and do a show. I have to find have to get a media pass or something. Or I know, so like half the guys that work Raiders production, camera guys, audio guys, lighting guys, like half of them work Raider games. So I'll figure something out. I'll find something. But yeah, amazing content that you're going to get. Maybe we'll record on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday since it's Thanksgiving. So maybe you guys can have maybe we'll release our main pod Wednesday instead of Thursday. Will that work for you? So I don't know if we want to do that.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah,
Tuesday night. Maybe we'll do it. Yeah, maybe we'll do a Tuesday night.
I have all my accoutrement ready for what I'm doing. I'm in charge of the mac and cheese and the ham. So we're all good.
It's a lot of responsibility. That's probably number 2 and 3 behind turkey in responsibility.
Man, I got what the trick is you get the juice from the pineapple and you mix that with the brown sugar to make it like a paste, and you lather that on the ham, and you get the cloves and you put the pineapples in place with the cloves. I'm telling you.
I have the same job every single year, and it's been that way for almost 10 years. My job is to deep fry the bird, not even prep the bird.
So
Wife
good.
preps. I deep fry and I carve. That's all I do, and I drink.
I remember that. I remember the first time you did it. I thought you were going to blow yourself up.
Yeah. When I told Mrs. Windbag that she's going with me to the game, she's like, "Oh, are we going to see Taylor Swift?" Like, "Oh, we're going to a Taylor Swift viewing and a football game broke out." That's how she looks at it. She's terrible. A Raider fan, but in the way that like she knows she's supposed to hate like the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos.
Unless Taylor Swift is on the other sideline.
Then you can be both. You can be a Swiftie and a Raider fan. All right, that's it for us. Raiders fall 20-13. No moral victories, but certainly some things to build on that we can get excited about. Some more clarity in our quarterback situation, offensive coordinator situation, defensive coordinator situation. I don't know what Patrick Graham's contract's like, but it's time to open up that checkbook Mark Davis, you've proven you can do it when you need to.
He's proven himself.
Let's do that again. We'll give you coverage throughout the rest of the week. We'll probably do the pod a little early. Anything else big breaks? I still have to watch the post-game presser and see if there's anything interesting out of there. Very curious what Antonio Pierce has to say about today's game. Until then, knock on wood if you're with me. Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.